This final set is going to round out the last bit of my collection. It's just Ganzo models and a few Walmart brands. I got a couple of Horns, Talisman, and I forget what I think it's called the Viper here. We'll just start down on this end. This is one of those Walmart knives. I did an asymmetrical convex grind on this guy. After watching Dave to Go do one, I tried to give it a shot and see how it worked out. For a Walmart $4 knife, it's actually pretty good. I like this model. This is another Ozark Trail. As you can see, the action on these is absolutely deplorable. But I can see the appeal of them for $5 or $6. Go into Walmart, just want to grab a knife. Well, there you go. Expect $5 or $6 quality though. If I had to guess, I would say the steel on these is something like 3CR13 MOV. I'm not 100% sure, but they may have already done a steel test. I know a lot of guys are sending their knives off to be tested. Pretty hefty knife, fairly large blade. Horns Talisman. I think they released this model before Ganzo got their first ball bearing flipper, which is the reason I bought it. It's because it was the first ball bearing flipper by one of these really budget companies. Just a very smooth, free-falling action. The knife itself is pretty standard. No bells and whistles. It's just a decent little knife for the price. Deep carry pocket clip. It's a Ganzo Auto in a very pretty blue. Aluminum scales. Most of the Ganzo models I have are in 440C steel. I don't know if you can tell, but the action is pretty weak. That's true for every Ganzo Auto I've owned. I've given most of my Ganzos away to guys at work. Seems like every time I go in, one of the guys has either broken his knife or he needs a new one. So I usually have a Ganzo in my bag. I'll just toss it their way and let them have it. I don't remember all the model numbers on these, so you guys will have to forgive me. This one looks kind of like a paramilitary. I've thinned it out. I've done a convex grind. I've put a V bevel back on it. I've sharpened this guy quite a bit. And that's kind of where Ganzo falls for me. They're just basically sharpening guinea pigs. This is one I did a full convex on, probably 4 or 5 years ago. Dave to Go was constantly making videos for me to check out new convex grinds, and to attempt to make and duplicate what he was doing, I would use some of my Ganzo models. This is one of their models that's similar to a Benchmade 940. The blade's a little bit longer, a little bit thicker, a little bit taller. Same for this one. Again, I've used these for sharpening experiments, thinning them out, seeing what I can do with some of my stones. And these last three are my automatics that they had. Basically a steel frame with like a G10 insert. Pretty heavy knives. Again, fairly weak springs. They all had a different blade shape though, which I thought was kind of neat. So I tried to grab one of every model they had, at least at the time. They may have newer ones out. I haven't checked into Ganzo in quite a while. My FH11 was the last one I purchased, and I gave that to one of my buddies at work. He was in need of a new knife. so I had it on me. I gave it to him. This is probably my favorite of their autos. It's got the best action, and the knife itself almost fits entirely in the handle. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. I've been asked to do this repeatedly for quite a while. I do appreciate the overwhelming positive response you all have given me. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Y'all have a good one.